Hello everyone. Welcome back to Old Charles, your favorite channel, where we explore the fascinating world of old and rare coins from around the world. In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into one of the most well-known coins from the United Kingdom, the 1971 2 pence coin. We'll talk about its history, design, metal composition, condition, and grading, and most importantly, its current value in both circulated and uncirculated condition. So, if you have this coin in your collection or found one lying around, make sure you watch this video till the end. You might be holding a small piece of British history. Let's start with a bit of history. The year 1971 was a landmark year in British coinage. It was the year of decimalisation. Before 1971, the British currency system was based on pounds, shillings, and pence, where 12 pence made a shilling and 20 shillings made a pound. However, on February 15th, 1971, the United Kingdom officially adopted the decimal system, making 100 new pence equal to £1. To mark this transition, new coins were introduced, including the 1 new penny, 2 new pence, 5 new pence, 10 new pence, and 50 new pence coins. The 1971 2 new pence coin ** was one of the very first decimal coins to enter circulation. It represented the value of 2/100ths of a pound, replacing the old pre-decimal tuppence that was worth a completely different amount. This coin holds historical significance as it symbolizes the UK's move into a modern monetary era. Elizabeth II d-Edge of 1971, which stands for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. That on the reverse side, that's the back, the coin features the badge of the Prince of Wales, which is a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. Below the feathers is a ribbon bearing the motto Ich diene, which means serve in German, a symbol long associated with the heir to the British throne. Above the emblem, the words new pence are written in capital letters, and below it is the denomination 2. Now, let's look at the technical details. The 1971 2 new pence coin is made of bronze, consisting of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It weighs 7.12 grams, has a diameter of 25.9 millimeters, and a plain edge. These coins were minted in huge numbers. Over 1.4 billion pieces were produced in 1971 alone by the Royal Mint. Here's an interesting fact. From 1971 to 1981, the coin featured the wording new pence, but starting in 1982, the Royal Mint changed the wording to 2 pence. This change was made because the term new pence was no longer necessary. The decimal system had been in place for over a decade, and the coins were no longer considered new. Because of that, coins from 1971 to 1981 are often called the new pence series. Many collectors specifically look for these because they represent the first decade of decimal coinage in Britain. Now comes the most exciting part: the value of the 1971 2 new pence coin. Since billions were made, the circulated coins, the ones that have been used in everyday transactions, generally have low collector value in average circulated condition. Your 1971 2 new pence coin is worth around £0.02 to 10 pence GBP, or roughly $0.03 to $0.15. However, in uncirculated condition **, where the coin has no wear and still has its original shine, the value can go up to around £1 to £2 if you have a brilliant uncirculated coin, possibly from a mint set. The value can range between £3 to £5 GBP, depending on demand and quality. Now, if your coin is a proof version, which was specially struck for collectors with a mirror-like finish, it can be worth even more, around £5 to £10 GBP in top condition. That if you're planning to collect or sell a 1971 2 new pence coin. Here are some tips. Always check the coin's condition. Coins with scratches, discoloration, or corrosion are less valuable. Store your coins properly. Avoid humidity and fingerprints, as bronze tends to tarnish over time. Keep an eye out for proof coins or those with minting errors. Though rare, some error coins can fetch a premium among collectors. And finally, always verify authenticity. Since the coin is common, fakes are rare, but condition and originality still matter for collectors. Here are a few fun facts about this coin. The 1971 2 new pence was the first 2 pence coin ever issued under the decimal system. It's one of the heaviest bronze coins in modern UK circulation. In 1992, The Royal Mint changed the metal composition from bronze to copper-plated steel, making the older bronze versions even more collectible. Some people confuse the new Pence coins as rare, but the only truly rare one is the 1983 new Pence coin, not the 1971 one. So there you have it. The complete story of the United Kingdom 2 new Pence coin from 1971. It may not be extremely rare, but it's a true piece of British monetary history, the first of its kind during the decimal revolution. If you have one in your collection, make sure to keep it safe, especially if it's in mint or proof condition. To understand the 1971 2 new Pence coin, we need to travel back to one of the most important changes in British monetary history, Decimal Day, which took place on February 15, 1971. Before this date, the British currency system was based on the old pounds, shillings, and pence system, a complex system that had existed for hundreds of years. In that pre-decimal system, 1 pound was equal to 20 shillings, and 1 shilling was equal to 12 pence, meaning there were 240 old pence in 1 pound. This made calculations confusing and difficult, especially as other countries around the world were already using simpler decimal systems. So, in the late 1960s, the British government decided to modernize the currency by introducing a decimal-based system where 100 new pence would equal 1 pound. When the United Kingdom officially adopted decimalisation in 1971, the Royal Mint introduced a brand new series of coins, including the half-penny, 1/2 p, 1 new penny, 1p, and 2 new pence, 2p. The 2 new pence coin was therefore one of the first decimal coins ever issued, marking the beginning of a new era in British coinage. It was designed to replace the old tuppence coin, which had a different value before decimalisation. This change was not just about introducing new coins. It represented the modernization of Britain's entire economic identity. The 1971 2 new pence coin was designed to make the transition easier for the public. Its size, color, and feel were chosen carefully so people could easily distinguish it from older pre-decimal coins. The coin was made of bronze ***, giving it a rich reddish-brown color. On one side, it featured a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, one of the most respected coin designers of the 20th century. This portrait showed the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, and it was used on all British coins from 1968 to 1984. On the reverse side, the design showed the badge of the Prince of Wales, 3 ostrich feathers rising from a coronet, with a ribbon below bearing the German motto Ich diene, meaning I serve. This emblem has been a symbol of the Prince of Wales since the 14th century and was chosen to appear on the 2 pence coin as a nod to royal heritage and tradition. The 1971 2 new pence coin also featured the words new pence instead of 2 pence. This was to remind people that the coin was part of the new decimal system and not to be confused with the older, pre-decimal currency. From 1971 to 1981, all 2 pence coins carried the new pence inscription, but starting in 1982, the Royal Mint changed the wording to 2 pence since by then the decimal system was fully accepted and familiar to everyone. The 1971 coin was the very first year of issue for the 2 new pence denomination, and the Royal Mint produced an astonishing 1.4 billion coins that year, more than enough to circulate throughout the entire United Kingdom. These coins were minted at the Royal Mint's new facility in Lantricent, Wales, which officially opened in 1968 in preparation for decimalisation. The large production meant that the coin remained common in circulation for decades, and many people still come across them in their change even today, although it's not considered rare. The 1971 2 new pence coin represents a major milestone in British history. It was part of the transition that simplified the entire currency system, modernized trade and business calculations, and aligned the UK's monetary structure with international standards. In short, the 1971 2 new pence coin isn't just a small piece of metal. It's a symbol of modernization, progress, and national change during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Now that we've covered the history of the 1971 2 new pence coin, let's move on to something every coin collector must understand: the condition or grading of a coin. The condition of your coin can make a huge difference in its value. Even though the 1971 2 new pence was produced in massive quantities, Coins that are still in pristine condition can be worth much more than those that have seen decades of circulation. Remember, while the 1971 2 new Pence coin is common, coins in excellent or proof condition ** can still attract collectors. And more importantly, each coin tells its own story that a worn coin might have passed.